In this video, we're going to show you what is a touchback in football and the 3 ways that it can occur. All right, so before we get started, I actually filmed this video for what is a touchback, and then the NFL came out with their new kickoff rule. So this part right here, I'm just going to address for those looking for the NFL rule, and then we're going to talk about the college and high school rule after, okay? But the NFL rule, what is a touchback? This rule is a little complicated, okay? So we're going to try to diagram it the best we possibly can. So first, you got to understand the landing zone, which is from the 20-yard line all the way to the goal line. If the ball bounces in the landing zone and then goes into the end zone and then the player takes a knee, that is considered a touchback. The ball is actually brought to the 20-yard line. If the ball is in the air and they catch it in the end zone and then take a knee, it is then brought to the 30-yard line, okay? So that's the big distinction for the NFL new kickoff rule touchback of how players can protect themselves from not running the ball out and if they need to take a knee for a touchback, okay? So we just wanted to cover that rule real quick and hope that helps you learn a bit more about the NFL. But now we're going to show you what college, high school, youth, all those other touchbacks mean and what the old NFL rule, maybe if they do go back to it, you can reference this video. So what is a touchback in football? A touchback occurs when the returner either takes a knee in the end zone on a kickoff or lets the ball roll out of the end zone. Also could be on a punt or kickoff, which we'll cover in a little bit. But the best way I like to explain what a touchback is think of the returner just giving themselves up. They're saying, I'm not going to advance the football. I'm just going to take the ball at the 25-yard line because that's where the ball starts at. Which then leads us right into our first example. So the first example we're going to look at is kickoff, and this is where more commonly a touchback is seen. And a lot of times in the NFL, you'll see the kicker will kick off, and then either the returner will catch it and take a knee in the end zone, or they'll just let the ball roll out of the back of the end zone. So the return team is saying, I'm not going to return this. I'm just going to let the ball be automatically placed at the 25-yard line. Then the return team is going to bring their offense onto the field, and they're going to try to score points that way. Now, you may think, why do teams do this? And a lot of times teams will do this on kickoff because they're sacrificing field position. So if the returner does catch it in the end zone, he then has to run all the way out and try to get to at least the 25 because that's where the ball would be when he took a knee or if he did take a knee. So that's the landmark they're trying to hit with the speed in the NFL and how good these kickers are. A lot of times they won't even make it back to the 10-yard line. So just by letting the ball roll through the end zone or even taking a knee, you will gain some field position by not trying to run it out. And to show you how important field position is, here's a graph here that shows you where the starting field position on each yard line is and how often you are to score points. So you can see there's a big discrepancy on every 10 yards or so of where your starting field position is and why it matters. Another way on kickoff that you may see a touchback occur is when a player calls for a fair catch on kickoff, okay? So if the ball is inside of the 25-yard line and you see a player put his hand nice and high in the air and wave it just like that, he's signaling for a fair catch. And new rules in the NFL say that if you fair catch it within the 25-yard line, that ball is automatically placed on the 25-yard line. So it goes back to what we talked about earlier with the player giving themselves up and saying, hey, we're just going to take the field position so they can fair catch it, hand nice and high, and the ball automatically placed on 25. The second scenario is on punt. And same thing, if the punter from the kicking team punts it to the returner and he decides, I do not want to try to return this thing because I'm not going to gain any yards in the end zone. But a lot of times you'll see the return, just let it roll, and then the ball is automatically placed on the 25-yard line, again, for a touchback. And this is the signal the referee will make when it is a touchback. Okay, you'll see two referees that are on either side of the end zone, and they will wave their arm up and down, signaling a touchback. The third and final way a touchback can occur, and this is actually highly controversial. A lot of people love this rule. Some people hate this rule. But essentially what the rule is, if a running back is running the football or any offensive player is running the football and they try to dive for the end zone and they fumble it in the end zone and it goes out of the end zone, it's going to be ruled a touchback. Now, this obviously benefits the defense because if you get an aggressive player who is not careful with the football on offense, that ball is going to be fumbled through, and then the ball's turned over to the other team, okay? So that's why it's very important for the offense to take care of the football as they're going in to score. Again, this rule is extremely rare, but it can happen, especially in big moments in the game in the NFL. It has happened. But those are the 3 ways that touchback can occur. If you do want to learn more football, we recommend you check out this video right here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.